They devise strategies to gain satisfaction by minimizing anxiety and diffusing painful or uncomfortable emotions. Type 6 is acutely sensitive to the world's potential hazards. Gifted with a rich and intuitive imagination, 6s can anticipate pitfalls and ferret out hidden agendas. They are dedicated and loyal team members who will persevere through difficult times. Their inquiring and questioning minds make them excellent troubleshooters, but when their imagination takes over, they may find themselves anxiously doubting their own capabilities and the dependability of their coworkers.
I'm always questioning why I'm saying something. Why do I want something to be exactly this way? What's the motivation behind it? Am I just worried that I'm going to be made a fool of? Am I worried the client will be unhappy? Am I worried that it'll waste time and I'm going to be paying an hourly wage and losing money? My bottom line, I get really scared. That's like the normal response, no matter what I do. I get scared. Am I going to make the right decision? So anyway, and so once I get that out of the way, the next step is to gather data. And that's concurrent with what my intuitive sense is. So I get a strong intuitive sense immediately on just about anything that I need to make a decision on. And I listen carefully to it, and then at the same time gather data to in a way validate it. The reason I became my own boss and started my company was not because I love taking risk. Being a 6 and taking risk almost seem contradictory, but in a way they're not. To be a boss meant I had to fully explore what authority means, truly, and take it inside deeply and know what that means for me. It's really quite easy to rebel against authority. That's the easy part, and I've done that a lot, and sometimes I still like to play with that. But to truly understand the full ramifications, which is having to have full consciousness, full responsibility, both for the good and the bad, and I do enjoy a little risk, as long as it's within certain parameters. As a 6, I just hate conflict. I truly do. I mean, even as you say the word, I get nervous. I go, oh God, I've got to get a lot of energy up. I've got to steel myself. Because what I'd really like to do is just have everything really smooth, come from the heart, be really open, have everything be harmonious. That makes me feel safe, and I like feeling safe. I feel when I'm safe that I can be creative, I can be open. At my innermost 6 core, oh, I'd love for things to be really stable. I would love for things to be just easy, because then I feel safe. However, I get so bored because I need to shift a lot. I mean, I constantly need new things. The nature of my business constantly changes, so I love it. So I've got these two things going on, where I love change. On the other hand, I'd love to feel safe and on a plateau and not challenged. So I do it in increments. I don't feel that much of a risk taker. I have people all the time say, God, you take so much risk. Well, this must be a 6 version. What looks like on the outside isn't exactly what's going on the inside. I am easier taking risks in some realm than others. And interestingly enough, taking risk in my business isn't that big a deal for me. Taking risk in relationships scares me very, very much. And that's really very, very difficult. As a 6, I'm so prone to putting my nose to the grindstone and work, work, work. I don't take enough time back to find the joy in it. And I've decided one of my goals this year is to explore the 7 wing and say, fun? Fun, not the noodle fun, but the having fun, taking more joy, and affirming that I can actually enjoy what I'm doing and not make it a duty, not make it just out of loyalty, which 6s are so prone to do, and not doing it because, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. As a 6, I can say personally, I'm very sensitive, very intuitive, and I sense many, many things. It's my interpretation of how I sense that from a fear that can get me into deep trouble. And when I was particularly unconscious before I knew I was a 6, boy, that's when I had all sorts of problems. One thing as a 6 that seems pretty characteristic of most of us is through our scanning of making sure everything is safe, we see everything. I mean, I could leave this setting with you, come back and tell you exactly where everything was, what its position was, and what we said. And it's not because I consciously have a photographic memory. It's just I've done that through my entire life in order to make sure I knew where everything was. And so that's actually incredibly valuable when it's honed to a really conscious degree. I see and hear things many other people don't. They won't even see what's at their feet. Man, I've seen all of that. And so honing that and trusting it, having faith that the first hit that you get off of that message or that sense is probably very true. So faith is real important, and just trusting. And the minute you slip into doubt, the minute I slip into doubt, it's all over.
Essential leadership development tasks for Type 6 include building trust and confidence in self and others, and moving ahead in the face of uncertainty, doubt, and fear.